What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Hope you all had a wonderful Friday. The weekend is here, so let's rest, recoup, and relax. But AMC closed the day down 2.42% on quad witching day. We definitely did see a good bit of volatility within today's movement. We put over 411,000 calls in the money, guys. That is a huge feat. And over 664,000 puts expired out of the money. That is a lot of short interest that just went to zero, guys. And that's absolutely insane. But we'll cover the charts, we'll cover Ortex, and we'll cover Stonko Tracker as well and take a look at the options chain for this week and also the weeks moving forward, because it's huge to have open interest in AMC continuing throughout multiple weeks so the sentiment remains within the stock. But do me a huge favor, drop a like down on this video, hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that bell for the YouTube algorithm, because each like on this video gets it out to another person, gets the video more and more exposure. So thank you guys so much, but let's dive into the chart here and take a look at AMC for the day. So AMC did gap down here in the morning. We did break through $60 and we did test $62 here in the pre-market, but we were ultimately rejected at $62, opened the day at $61.26. And then we gotta talk about this lovely parabola that we have going on here. Broke through $62, broke through the neckline at $63.79, saw a high of the day of $64.95, actually traded for a good bit up here, testing that neckline out a lot. We did break back down through it again, but we found support here at $62 for a little bit of time, broke back down through it, and then the apes really stepped in and bought the dip back up, and we traded above the $62 level for so long today, which is really huge because we have not done this for a while. We've gotten up to it and then we've quickly fallen down, and for about an hour and 15 minutes we were trading above this $62 line, which is a huge thing. And this, guys, is a victory for us because it puts us one step closer to ultimately breaking over this neckline at $63.79. Now, we did see a lot of selling pressure step in really in the second half of the day and drive us down really to $59. We bought the dip back up and actually bounced off of $60 here. We found support at it, which is awesome to see. Got rejected here at $62 and then tried to make a second attempt at it, rejected, found support at 60, and essentially we saw a lot of selling pressure step in. Day traders, paper handlers, shorts, and all that kind of stuff really did drive the price of AMC down to an intraday low of $56.85. And then we had a nice rally into the close, closing the day at $59.26. But the thing that I want to point out here in this square that I highlighted is the amount of times that we tested $62 and then tested this neckline. It's absolutely phenomenal to see this, and it shows the bullish momentum behind AMC, guys. Now, when we take a look here at the 5-day, 5-minute, you can see how often we traded this week up in that $62 to $63.79 line of resistance. We did it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, really. But today was by far the longest period of time that we were at that marker, and I absolutely love seeing that, and I'm immensely excited to see where the stock is trading at on Monday. Now, if we zoom out here to the 1 month, 1 hour chart, we are still riding this ascending level support, and we do have that neckline at $63.79. So we only have about 3 days before we approach a decision point where we either have to break through that neckline or we break the descending level of resistance. It's going to be a decision eventually, and I did highlight the fact that I thought this morning we were going to break down and actually touch this ascending level support and then have a nice bounce back up here and then test the neckline. Well, that's possibly what we're going to do on Monday, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do that on Monday. What we're really looking for is a break of this neckline and then an hour candle closing above this neckline, solidifying as a level of support. That would be absolutely huge. And when we break this neckline, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice, but once we break this neckline, guys, the only thing that's stopping us between us and the all-time high is $70. And that's crazy to even think about, guys. So the break of this neckline is literally going to be opening the floodgates. So we could quickly see $70 and then $77 once this neckline is broke. Now, the next thing I want to do is take a look at the year-to-date chart, because a lot of us, oh, I left drawing mode on. Drawing all the lines. All right, so we're still writing that ascending level support that I highlighted here. But guys, when you take a look at it and zoom out, for the past couple of weeks, we've been setting we've been setting higher lows with AMC. And I'm on the wrong time frame. Let's look at the week time frame. So higher highs, higher lows, guys. Good Lord, can't get it together. So for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, well, 6 weeks, counting this candle here, we've been setting higher lows, closing higher each week, which is absolutely bullish momentum and shows in a macroscopic point of view. So if you guys need a scoreboard or just to understand the sentiment of the stock, look at the weekly and also look at the daily chart too, because the daily chart is absolutely phenomenal. We have several candles here closing above this $50 marker, and we did hit $72 during the day on the 2nd, but we really never closed a candle until the 8th above $50, which is definitely a huge thing. So that we're riding this ascending level support, we're closing candles higher and higher. We are going to push that neckline eventually, and in my personal opinion, if we break this neckline, we're going to be running the $70. I don't see a reason why we would break the ascending level support unless if there was an immense amount of selling pressure within the stock, guys. So let's hop over here and take a look at Ortex. So here in Ortex, we have the short interest change down of 1.31%. The borrowed shares is 1.78 million. The return shares is 2.96 million. So we have a net borrow change of 1.19 million. Our current short interest or free float is sitting around 13.45%. And then our free float on loan is sitting around 17.71%. You put both of those together, you're going to get around 30% of short interest within AMC between the free float on loan and estimated short interest. That is definitely a very large position of short interest. The next thing that I really want to point out here is our utilization 7 days ago was around 80% short. 80% shorts were used. Now it's sitting at 94.97, so you have about 5% left. Now, what this is going to do is if we hit that 100% and peg out our utilization, what we're going to see is the cost of borrow fee here, the average of cost of borrow, 1.93%, start going up and up and up, because that cost of borrow fee is directly tied to the utilization of short shares. So the harder that AMC is to borrow, the higher that cost of borrow fee is going to be for the short positions. Higher cost of borrow fee, the more that they have to be profitable, and it's harder for them to be profitable because they have to pay, let's say 20%, 30% or something like that. It's immediately before they see any return on those short shares. Now, the next thing I really want to talk about here is here in Stocko Tracker. We have 411,790 calls that were put in the money today. Absolutely phenomenal. Claim that as a victory. Give yourselves a pat on the back, whatever you need to do to celebrate, because that is absolutely huge. 764,166 puts expired out of the money today. Awesome. That is a lot of short interest gone, and is by far the most short interest on the options chain for a lot of weeks ahead, guys. Now, taking a look ahead the next week, 64,860 calls are currently in the money, 152,271 are currently out of the money. The puts out of the money are sitting at 178,165, puts in the money, 12,262. So just eyeballing this right here, definitely calls outweighing puts in my personal opinion. Now, if we take a look here, 400,000 short shares available of AMC, 9,877 short ETFs. So we did see shorting through AMC shares, and we did also see shorting through short ETFs. Now, the next thing that I really want to talk about with you guys is the reason why we saw so much downward pressure was the options chain. And we need to take a look at June 18th and really take a look at the $65 strike. There was 17,392 open puts traded at this strike. 12,412 of them rode it all the way out to expiration. That is an immense amount of downwards pressure. You add on to the fact that at $60, 73,859 puts were traded at $60. That is insane, guys. The downward pressure that the shorts were trying to keep on this stock from breaking above that neckline was immense. And I think we're going to continue to see that. And we just have to continue, bulls and apes, pushing ourselves upwards and buying the dips when we get it, because we're buying the stock at a discount. But really, guys, that's what I got for you guys today. Yeah, it wasn't a fireworks day or anything like that, but when in doubt, take a look at the daily time frame, take a look at the weekly time frame, because it really tells a true story. Also, go look at Ortex's Twitter. I'll link it down in the description of this video, because the shorts have lost a crap ton of money and us apes are definitely winning the battle. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.